Ever since we saw Gogeta Blue in the Broly movie and he became canon, fans have been wondering, when are we going to get Ultra Instinct Gogeta? Well, it looks like we're never going to get it, because now that Vegeta has reached a new level of power, the Ultra Ego form, instead of Ultra Instinct, we would get a new type of transformation called something along the lines of Ultra Gogeta. Now, this picture is just a concept render. I really hope he does look something like this because I think he looks really awesome. But the question remains, can they even fuse? Vegeta appears to have finally caught up to Goku, if not even briefly surpassed him with his new form. He appeared to do way better against Granola than even Goku did in his Ultra Instinct. My guess is that they're basically bringing Vegeta up to the level that Goku is with his new form, so now they should be compatible power levels once again. And even if Goku is still stronger than Vegeta, Vegeta can just take some hits and use the power of his Ultra Ego form to get up to the level that Goku is so that they can fuse into Gogeta. Potentially they could use the Potara earrings, but we saw what happened with Vegito Blue versus Zamasu. It only lasted about 5 minutes, meaning if they tried to use the Potara earrings to fuse in their current maximum forms, it probably would only last a minute or less. Gogeta appears to be the superior form now because the time limit is much longer, thus I think we're more likely than anything to see an Ultra Gogeta. Now in the manga, Goku and Vegeta did not fuse. That was a particular in the Broly movie, which was skipped over in the manga, and it is still a potential trump card that Goku and Vegeta can use to either beat Granola or whoever the main villain of this arc turns out to be, most likely Elec. Gogeta is pretty much unstoppable. We saw him against Broly just completely and utterly annihilate full power Broly once he went into his blue form, and that means that an Ultra Gogeta would be at the level of the gods, you would think. I think an Ultra Gogeta would surpass Beerus and potentially even be a threat to the Angels. Ultra Gogeta would be a combination of Angel power with the Ultra Instinct and the God of Destruction power with the Ultra Ego. It would be the best of both worlds, a form which you couldn't touch, and if you somehow did, it would only power him up even more. It would be completely and utterly unstoppable. Almost too unstoppable if you ask me. It would take away any threat and any kind of stakes there is, because Goku and Vegeta could always whip this form out in order to beat any opponent that they desire. Even Blue, we have never seen lose. We haven't even really seen it take a lot of damage. So what would even be the need to go that far and that deep to turn into Ultra Gogeta? It would have to be an Angel level threat. I don't think that we're going to see that in this arc, but if they did give us Ultra Gogeta, fans would go absolutely bonkers for that character. And knowing Toei, that's more merchandise that they can sell. So keep that in mind whenever you're thinking about these things. Gogeta is a wrecking machine that can last for 30 minutes, plenty of time to take out any opponent. He's got a variety of tools up his arsenal. He can use both Goku and Vegeta's techniques. He's got the Stardust Breaker, and even if he can't go into Ultra Gogeta, he should still be able to use Goku's Ultra Instinct in his blue form. We saw Goku during his battle with Granola tapping into Ultra Instinct in all of his forms, blue included. And when he was using it in blue, it seemed like he was using a large amount of Ultra Instinct. He got a significant power boost in blue while using Ultra Instinct. So Gogeta, at the very least, should be able to tap in to both Goku and Vegeta's new abilities, even if he doesn't transform and get some silver or purple hair. But I think we all want to see him ascend to that godly level. We're going to talk about Ultra Gogeta's abilities, his power level, and his full capabilities right after this. Since the pandemic hit, I started putting on a lot of weight. And that's why I decided to partner with Noom for today's video. Noom is a consumer-led digital health platform that uses a powerful combination of human coaches, psychology, and science to empower people to take control of their own health. With Noom, you can learn about portion sizing, calorie budgeting, and which foods to consume more or less of on a given day. It's a handy platform that you can easily access from your phone to learn and track your progress. The trick to losing weight is all in consistency with your diet and living a healthy lifestyle, and that's where Noom comes in to save the day. Noom also has daily lessons as part of their core curriculum. Mine was about breaking bad habits of mine, like slamming down cheeseburgers late at night. You can start your Noom experience today by clicking the link in the description. You'll answer some quick questions about your lifestyle, and bam, you're on track to start your health journey with your own coach and everything. So just click the link in the description below, download Noom, start working with your health coach, and learn how you can start dropping that quarantine 15. Ultra Gogeta would be able able to access the powers of both Goku and Vegeta, who have gotten significant upgrades in Dragon Ball Super. Not even just Ultra Instinct, but you gotta think about Kaioken, and more importantly, Vegeta's new techniques, which he has started to get since the Moro arc. He's gotten Forced Spirit Fission, Instantaneous Movement, which he'd probably be able to use anyway, any other Yardrat abilities which we still don't know, like Healing and Giant Growth, Hakai power, and now the power of Ultra Ego to get stronger the more damage you take. This character would be literally unstoppable. I honestly don't think that even Whis could battle against Ultra Gogeta. We still don't really know the limits of the Ultra Ego form. I mean, anytime he takes a hit, he gets a Zenkai boost. So even if the Angels are still a 15 and Ultra Gogeta is a 13, after enough hits, he should be able to get strong enough to start doing damage to even an Angel. Ultra Ego really is the superior form in my opinion, because if Ultra Instinct, for example, goes up against an opponent that is just simply stronger than him, he really doesn't have much outs of winning unless he uses a Genki Dama or something like that. But Ultra Ego can beat superior opponents as long as you can survive enough hits and don't take too much damage, which is what Vegeta's flaw was in this latest manga chapter. But combining all of Goku and Vegeta's techniques now in their current state would literally give them the ability to beat anyone and anything, except maybe Zeno just erasing them. I'd like to see Ultra Gogeta versus the Grand Priest. Maybe they'll give it to us in a Heroes episode or something. If we're going to get an Ultra Gogeta in this arc, I doubt it's going to be against Granola. I think this arc in Dragon Ball Super is still very early and fresh. We still have the heaters to make their wish, and Frieza should still come in at some point. He may even have a new form or a new upgrade himself. So if a villain comes along that needs to push Goku and Vegeta into Gogeta, and they somehow can't win in blue, which we haven't ever seen before, at that point we may get an ascension into Ultra Gogeta, but it's also still very early in terms of we don't know the full limits and potential of Vegeta's Ultra Ego form. Right now it seems really good, it seems strong, he just needs to put his ego aside, take enough hits to win the battle, and then stop taking damage, which is where Ultra Instinct would really come into play. Imagine if Gogeta just takes enough hits to get a crazy power boost, and then just activates Ultra Instinct, and now you can't hit him anymore. It seems like the ultimate perfect combination of abilities. Seemingly some of the most OP abilities combined in any anime universe. Perhaps they never even give us this character because he's just simply too OP. I mean, Blue Gogeta is already so OP, it kinda takes the fun away from Goku or Vegeta taking a W because they always have this fusion in their back pocket. And if we're ever going to get to see an Ultra Gogeta, Gogeta Blue has to lose at some point. And I don't know what's gonna beat Gogeta Blue. Do the heaters all wish to be the strongest and then all fuse into one giant monstrosity that's just ridiculously powerful? If there is a villain that's that strong, why aren't the gods getting involved? Why are they leaving it to mortals when someone who's that strong could pose a threat to even them? Will Goku and Vegeta use it to defeat Beerus in a sparring match at the end of Dragon Ball Super? These are all questions to come. Fans absolutely love Gogeta, and that's why they gave him to us in the Broly movie, meaning that we'll probably get some more, but I think Akira and Toei know that they can't just pull out Gogeta for every boss fight because that would just simply be boring. So at some point, some villain is going to have to come along that's so insanely, ridiculously strong that it would force Goku and Vegeta to fuse and activate their Ultra forms in that state. And that fusion, I feel like it would make the multiverse shake. So much so that maybe even the gods would intervene, maybe even the Grand Priest would come down and say, hey, you have too much power. I don't know what the next forms for Goku and Vegeta will be. Perhaps they lose all their god forms before they're able to ascend any further, because if we ever got Ultra Gogeta, it would just literally be unstoppable. But as we get more information on both Vegeta's form and if we see a Gogeta come at some point or they talk about fusion, our theories will start to mold and develop a little bit more. So we'll talk about it again when we get to that point. I'm Mastar. I hope you enjoyed the video. Check out Noom with my link in the description, and I'll see you all on the next video.